All right, try that.
I guess that's one way to start a podcast.
Wow. Come on, say your line. Come on, monkey. Dance for the people. Say your line.
Well, I'm Kyle Van Meter.
I'm JH, and together we are Round Barns Podcast, Season 2, Episode 3A.
No, this would be 3B. We
Is
did
this
3A
3B?
yesterday, and the high school kid forgot to hit record.
Yes, yeah, okay, so 3B.
Yeah, let's try all this again. Goodness gracious.
Well, at least we're not exhausted like yesterday. Now we're just slap happy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And we're in the middle of a full recovery from a long weekend of chaos.
And community. It was really
Yeah.
cool. It was really cool. I mean, and as I've reflected on it, I'm like, this was really cool. A comment that I got from a number of participants as well as from public was they could feel the sense of community, the effect.
Oh, yeah, the number of people that came out and, sponsoring shows. That was awesome.
Just
That was
nuts.
awesome.
Just nuts. I mean, that's...
You had Pike Lumber Company sponsored, what was it, the oxen?
They sponsored the Ox team, and they
brought
also
over that
supplied
truck.
the firewood, that
Yeah.
triaxle of firewood.
Yeah, and you got a short of them dumping that great big load of
Yeah,
wood there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
and that was huge. And it looks like it had a goal that I wanted to make sure that we could get like a season ahead on firewood out there. And looking at what the consumption rate was, I think we're actually pretty close to that. Okay, our producer's
It's
making
working,
strange
right? It's
noises.
I checked it.
Okay.
Good.
When he makes weird noises and hovers, I get nervous.
Yeah. And had Sonny Ledford, the Cherokee ambassador. He was,
Yeah.
he was sponsored by Northrop Farms from over by
Down in Huntington. Yeah, down in Huntington. And that Sonny and Malachi, they were amazing. It was interesting because in talking with them, they said that a lot of events they go to, the people pay them to be there, but then they're not necessarily, they can feel that people don't necessarily want them there. And they said at this event, the sense of community kicked in. And my guys commented how to start with they were a little standoffish. And then once they warmed up and Malachi started wandering off, then everything just became amazing.
He's a big fella. He's kind of hard to miss in a crowd.
He's got the Mr. Sexy walk going too when he's walking along. You want to cue the Bee Gees when he's going, you can tell by the way I walk, I'm a ladies' man.
I
No
did
time
not
to talk.
have that thought.
Oh, I was fighting off the urge to sing it each time I saw him walking by. But it was really cool. And a really cool thing with Sonny and Malachi. So Malachi was able to track down some different wool products that they can't get down in Cherokee, apparently.
Really?
So
They don't have sheep in North Carolina?
apparently, I don't know, but they don't have Apple Cart Creations in North Carolina.
Oh, that is true.
So so he was extremely happy to find that. Sonny found several pieces that had quill work on them. And I had, in the past, dealt with some different Native American folk or pseudo-Native American folk who made a big deal about if you're not a card carrier, then you can't do this. Sonny's approach was, these guys are amazing. They have amazing skills.
That's awesome.
And he was very pleasantly surprised. He bought two knife sheaths that had a lot of quill work on them. And when I asked him, I've heard before from these others this attitude. And he was like, that's a bunk attitude. He said, these people are actually doing the craft. He said, the skill that they're showing is astounding. And the price was amazing too, apparently. He said it was like $1,000 item elsewhere that they got for less than that here. And he was already wearing the one right after he bought it, that knife sheath, if you saw it.
Oh, that's
he bought
cool.
that up here. Yeah, neat guys.
And then you had the animal lady, had that possum that
Oh, God.
everybody was chasing and wanting to pet, and it was hissing and all
That's-
kinds of pissed off.
The first time they made comment about that, I'm thinking, I pet possums with a shovel. What the hell are you doing petting a
Yeah,
possum?
shoot from a range.
Yeah. But that was sponsored, Affordable Hearing, here in Rochester. Chuck Smith sponsored that.
Awesome.
So, yeah, big thanks to Chuck.
That is awesome.
Then the artillery demo, we had a kind of a three-way sponsorship on that. Odell Lumber here in Rochester, Harrow Farms, I think they're just across the line, Miami County, and then Gagnon's over in Akron.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they all came together and put money forward towards the artillery demo. Big thanks to all of them.
That is awesome.
Now, then we had Tim Weaver over at Weaver's Body Shop in Akron. He put some money forward. Fun story with that. When I was talking with John Gagnon, he told me, he asked if I'd gone to Tim's yet. I said no, and I had to check on Bug's truck anyway. And he said, well, when you get over there, tell him that I sponsored $1,000 and he's got to match me. And I got over there. He wasn't there. Leanne was there. And I was, well, John Gagnon said to tell you that he sponsored $1,000 and that your dad's got to match him. And she was like, and she kind of repeated it several times. And finally she said, he sponsored $1,000? I said, no, but he said to tell you that he did.
Oh,
So, but big thanks
for
thanks
tat.
to those guys. Yeah. Oh my God. So, and they just, like I said, they just kind of went ahead and sponsored towards the event as a whole, which was really cool. LC Little Lindo, the place that we dropped like 50 some people on Saturday evening. We warned them. I warned them a month out. I'm bringing a bunch of people. And then we landed. But they sponsored George Godfrey, the Potawatomi storyteller.
oh, that's cool.
So I didn't catch his performance. I talked to Emerald Kelly, Clockwork Clown, and she said it was an amazing, amazing performance. It was very moving to her.
You know, Clockwork Clown, man, that was a heck of a show to see.
Oh my gosh, she was swarmed with kids the whole time. I
Yeah,
mean, it was
constant.
wall to wall. Yeah.
Of course, she's their size, you know, 4
Well,
foot nothing.
yeah, if it weren't for the hat, it'd be hard to pick her out sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no kidding.
Yeah, but she was. I'm very happy with her performance here. She was very excited. I think she's somebody that hopefully we'll be seeing at more programs going forward. She was sponsored by Pasture Brook Farms here in Fulton County, over in Henry Township. So that thank you to them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was really, really appreciative of her performance. I saw her years ago when Bug, my daughter, who's now 6'2", was closer in size to Emerald.
That was quite a few
4
years
foot
ago.
something, yeah. And I remember at the events at the time, I was doing just the military reenacting stuff. So I didn't really leave the camp unless something, military and turp-wise was going on. And happened to catch a glimpse of this performance they were doing. And next thing you knew, Sarah Lynn's like, Daddy, you've got to come see this. So I went over with Sarah Lynn and sat down and watched one show. I think she did like 6 or 7 shows at that event. So the next thing we did was turn around and took all like 40 camp kids over there to watch the show.
Here, she can babysit for the next 20 minutes.
Well, it's not, because it was like myself and a couple of other dads basically were herding all the kids over to watch the Clockwork Clown.
You need something to do for a little bit. Let us clear our mind.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's a really neat little program that she does. So that I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah,
then-
that was rather entertaining.
Yeah, the bands, we had the 42nd in. So Gentiva Hospice helped fund them coming in. Thank you so much to Gentiva Hospice. I don't know if you're aware, the 42nd has actually gone to the home regiment in Scotland, to
Really?
Perth, and have performed with and for them too. So these guys are actually world travelers, internationally recognized, and they're based out of Lafayette. And you talk to them, they're neat guys.
Just down to home, good old boys.
Yeah. And they, and like the Fourth Mass and Anderson Highland, plus the miscellaneous musicians that were in our camp, from the whole Holmquist family and Ann from the 71st, there on Sunday for closing. I was down in the village looking around going, where are my bands? We got to do closing. Where are the bands? And then realized, the bands were up in the north end.
They're already
They're
doing
already
it. They're
there.
waiting on you.
But they were just having a jam. And so they're just playing. You got the fifes with the fifers and the drummers with the drummers, and they just mixed the bands together, and we're just having a big time playing. And that was something I was hoping would happen. But my little Machiavellian mind, I'm like, how do we make this happen? Well, it turns out you make it happen by not doing anything. They'll do it on their own.
And then had the Fourth Mass, the Fife and Drum Corps.
Mm-hmm.
They're always fun to watch.
Oh, they're a great group. Paul and Carrie heading that up. That's,
Oh, they're
I think it was,
they're as full as BS as BS can get.
oh, they're not that bad. Okay, yeah, Paul. Anyway,
Yeah, he-
but then,
He fit right in with you and me, no problem.
he's awesome. We've been friends for a very long time. But that White Oak Bison Farms helped sponsor them.
Excellent.
So that big thank you to White Oak Bison Farm guys. That's
So we had almost everything sponsored, or at least in part then, didn't
we're
we?
closer. Well, you'd put forward the idea, back when we started it, 2 years ago, of
Something like
a
that.
vision of having these events fully covered by sponsorships. So if we're doing our financial duty to the organization and are actually reaching out and becoming part of the community, building community back, then to do that best would be if we can get the sponsorships to cover, but also be thanking the community who sponsors them.
Oh, yeah.
And that way, like in looking at the rough numbers I've seen so far for this year, this might be one of our best financial years for a decade or so.
Probably real close to it.
I haven't gone back in, but just off of these sponsorships, we got within about $2,200 of our target.
Wow.
So that was in a week and a half, and that's wow. And the community really came out in spades to help.
Yeah, they did. And John Deere, loaning us, almost $1 million in tractors.
Oh my God,
out
the
of
$1 million
Greenmark.
in green paint. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Greenmark. That was huge.
Garrett
That was
James, my personal salesman works out of Winnemac. He got a hold of him, was able to get everything lined up for us. Of course, it's a slow drive.
Oh, you think?
It helps if you
So,
adjust the air pressure in the air seat.
yeah. Well, my newest tractor's a 1974 Alice Chalmers, so it's like that's.
Yeah, you don't have
I'm not-
GPS and air
Gee,
ride on that?
No. The roads are laid out north, south, east, west. I can figure it out. So, but yeah, no, that was a long drive last night. That was kind of that signal that the physical trail event is over because we took the tractors back.
I had to try not to fall asleep on the second trip. It was like, okay, this means I'm done with trail.
Yeah. We hit Kiwana because we're taking two of them to Winnemac. We hit Kiwana, and I started getting excited, and then I realized, oh crap, it's Kiwana. We're going to
only
Winnemac.
halfway there.
Yeah. At a whopping, 16 miles an hour or whatever.
16 and a half mile an hour. And,
Yeah.
and then the tractors that I farm with,
Mm-hmm.
the old Internationals. Woohoo! I boogie along at about 12, and I think I'm flying. You get in them nice new ones. Like, man, I can actually run this 26 mile an hour.
Yeah.
I just can't because I'm going to lose H behind me somewhere. He don't know where we're going.
Well, I think I mentioned to you, the whole swivel seat thing threw me for a loop. At one point, I shifted and the seat swiveled, and I thought, oh, crap, I broke it. And I grabbed the wheel to pull myself back, and next thing you know, now I'm going across the road the other way. And it's like, oh, swivel seats. Okay, I'm slow.
Well,
I don't like this
slightly
new tech.
exhausted. Yeah, that was awesome. And then the blacksmiths, they were set up out there.
Oh, those guys in the Power Association, we don't thank them enough for what they do. And I'm not just saying this because Mark pulled me aside and pointed out we'd forgotten them in the marketing. Okay, maybe that's partially why I'm doing it, trying to make up for it. But the blacksmiths in
Did
the
we
Power
really?
Association, yeah, we did. Yeah, the Power Association are the guys that have basically kept that place mowed. The blacksmiths just making stuff happen. You turn around and they've got something fixed you didn't realize there was a problem with. I've got to do a shout out to Danny Tyler.
Oh,
Every time we
him and
had
his
our list.
grandson and
Oh,
his
yeah.
whole family, they throw in. Oh, man,
Oh
they
yeah,
throw in big.
we had a list. We'd meet each other coming and going, and it's like, well, whoever gets here first can do this, okay? And just rip down through that. We had balls we dropped. I'll go ahead. I dropped the trash ball. We've already got a plan for next year
Well,
to
I
fix
forgot
that.
to order the pants for me and 3 of the blacksmiths. So, we're walking around in blue jeans because I forgot to order them.
Yeah, well, that and that's all stuff we've got it on the list. So we've got
They
a
came up
trail.
to me, Friday before trail. Hey, you got my pants? Huh?
Yeah.
Whoops.
But that's something we're putting a trail committee, expanding the trail committee for next year to get more people who've got skin in the game involved vested interests so we can sort out problems. We've already got an option for trash we're playing with. The ox driver said if we'd have a wagon or something the oxen could pull, so I'm going to bounce off him if it's something we could actually use them to help do an early afternoon trash round.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we've got that freight wagon up in the round barn. If we get that thing running,
Yeah.
and then be able, because it's got the tongue already for the oxen, make a fun demo and go ahead and get a bunch of trash out of the way while we're at it.
And then we got, we had the Aztec dancers back this year. They're always entertaining to hear them up there, rattles and all of that stuff they got on. It's always different.
Yeah, and that's Anderson Marching Band. They were back up. That was good. That was the first chance I really had to kind of interact with their director and with their, camp mom, basically. So we brought a marquee tent out for them to use, and that all seemed to, according to them, to go really well. The Jeannot, the Voyageur story, I didn't catch him or Daniel Russell, the Daniel Boone guy.
Yeah, I didn't. I talked to Jeannot, but that was about it. After he did his show, asked him how it went, and it was all right. Yeah, I'll do it again tomorrow. Oh, okay.
Same time, same channel. Yeah. So we had Woolivers. I forgot about Woolivers.
Woolivers.
Mark and Liza.
Mark and Liza.
Yeah. That was Day Hardware over in Akron. Marianne Day sponsored them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I went in to pick up 2 gallons of paint I'd ordered, and next thing I know, it's the conversation goes, and we get a sponsorship out of her.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she asked if I came in there for the sponsorship. I'm like, no, I came in here for 2 gallons of paint.
I wanted paint, but no. I'll take the sponsorship too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Oddfellows with their new booth with the water and tea and stuff they were providing. That was really good.
And I had 3 people working back there that knew nothing about trail, and where they're located, everybody thought they were a new information booth we built. And they're asking these guys, oh,
jeez.
Oh.
Jeez. Well, I know next year we've got an option to actually set a guy who camps who's an EMT right there behind him and set the first aid station
That would
there.
be awesome.
And then probably just go and set up information packets and stuff there for
thank
him
you
too.
to the EMA here in Rochester for bringing out the side-by-side with the EDA or EAD or,
The thing.
had the crash cart on it.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we didn't have to use it, but
Yeah.
it was nice for them to bring it out to where if we had to have it to get someone out.
Yeah. Well, I know at one point we had an elderly gentleman whose chair died. And so I sent Jerry for my group, go grab the thing, go get him. Let's figure out what's going on, because we weren't really getting information on what's going on. Got a chance to speak with him. He had volunteered out there for years, neat old guy. I'd seen him there. It's just he's not physically capable now. So figured out that the battery on his cart was no good. So I think the guys took him around real quick and then took him up to wait for his sister. Or daughter, sorry, not sister.
That's one thing we're kind of running into the problem with out there is the age of a lot of our volunteers is getting to be more and more old than youth.
Yeah, when you and I are some of the younger ones,
Yeah,
that gets kind of scary.
yeah, and we're not exactly young and agile anymore.
No. But, so fun thing, some further things we were able to do. Big thanks to Rochester High School for handling our sponsorship yard, or handling the yard signs, handling the blue flyer set. They had another big, if you go into Smith's farm store, you'll see one of the bigger signs they made up. So the teaming up with them for marketing has been really awesome, giving them practical experience and helping take a bunch of that load off of what we're doing, because you give them an idea and they run with it, and then
Kids have a little more of an imagination and
energy.
what looks cool and energy, and then got that oil change place there by Burger King.
Strickland Brothers,
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, those guys were awesome. So we had a yard sign in their yard. One of the brothers took one up to his house on 17, and they were handing out flyers too. So I think it was some of the black and whites that they were handing out. So this overall concept that we're trying to push with our administration is building community. Building community between the site and the town, building community between the interpretive groups, the acts, the campers, the vendors, and you know, we've got some people that we've had to suggest maybe trail's not the right event for you to set up in vending wise, but we have 2 others in the summer that we can guide you towards.
Yes.
So we're making opportunities and building that community, and we've got to be able to give back to our community. And part of what we're trying to do is build this up to be a destination event. You grow Fulton County's economy by bringing in dollars from outside Fulton County.
Yep.
So neat concept. Some politicians have difficulty with that, but we're not going
We're
political.
not getting into that. You warned me on the last one.
That's right. That's right. Do want to thank the event committee, our directors, and our volunteers at FCHS that help make this happen.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen at all without the volunteers.
I know my crew put in somewhere north of 500 man hours, just
I believe
just
it.
them, and I have no idea what Danny put in or some of the others, but it was really awesome seeing the opportunity, seeing the people coming out and just making it happen.
You know, and then there's a lot of people that do a lot of work that you don't see out there. You know.
Oh yeah.
You know, Melinda with all the phone calls and all of that up in the
Well,
office.
all those prints, gee whiz. You ever watch that process as they're going through and like, here's the flyer, here's schedule, here's all this stuff. So I got to work closely with her this year on this. And every time I thought I knew what all was going on, I came to realize I didn't.
No, that's not a surprise. She's got 40 years of doing it.
Oh yeah. But she was great to work with. She was an excellent instructor, bouncing thoughts off each other. There was some stuff we're looking at it going, no, we're dropping that ball and keeping going. We'll get back to that. Other material where it's like, no, let's go ahead and we've got to make this one happen. So let's make this happen.
And it's a lot easier, you know, when the community's backing us to start looking at next year bringing in even more new stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because now we're, you know, if we can get our same sponsors, you know, well, heck, we can, you know, maybe bring in 2 or 3 more new shows and, you know, have some new vendors, because now we got a little more of a sponsorship. We got a better nest egg, you know, and we can push harder.
Yeah, and that's something I think that's going to be key. I mean, if to bring, you know, a thing we need to know from the community. You know, put in the comments what would you like to see us bring out there.
Yeah.
You know, things we have moving forward. You know, those who saw that we've logged the south end like we discussed before. We're working on getting ranges put in there, 25 to 100 yard, and then a primitive archery and axe and knife throwing, and maybe even a black powder clay pigeon type thing.
Oh, that would be cool.
Oh yeah. Well, we've got several of us have recently bought side by sides, so we're kind of excited at the idea. Excuse me.
You mean where you don't have to stand up and do it?
No, double barrel flintlocks.
Oh, you say side by side to Farm Boy, you know, we're thinking.
Oh, and you're thinking,
we're
yeah.
thinking a gator.
Yeah, that's like 3rd definition on my list. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah. You know, a flintlock double barrel is not something I'm going to worry about. If it ain't
Anytime
12
soon,
gauge,
you'll watch.
I'll
I know
watch,
you'll
but I
watch.
ain't going to buy it.
No, you'll shoot it if I hand it to you, probably, just to try it.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Shot a double barrel 10 gauge one time, had a single trigger. Thought my arm fell
Oh,
off.
jeez.
Oh, that hurt.
You pulled it all the way back, didn't you?
Yeah, he said he only put 1 shell in it. He lied.
But yeah, I'm trying to
But
think.
it was very nice to see, you know, according to what Melinda told me today when I was out there, and, you know, we're somewhere in excess of, I believe it was 5,000 people walk through.
Good.
You know, that's awesome.
Good, yeah, and that's important. We're trying to do a thing of quantifying what all happens out there as
You know,
part of
And
transparency.
she was telling me that our numbers from the school kids were down,
Yeah,
which means that the community actually came out stronger this year than it did last year.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
is great.
yeah.
You know,
So we're gaining ground, but now it's that how do we move it to that next level?
thank you to Larry Landis for sacrificing his body, putting that teepee up, and he told me last night he was finally able to lift his arm a little bit.
Yeah,
After-
Larry tripped and wiped out and smashed his arm on some poles.
And I told him that's why white boys have stick houses.
That's right. Set the log up, it stays. It's all good.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, Larry's
That-
part
that
of
is
our
a-
buildings and grounds crew, and in the feedback we got, that little teepee there by the round barn actually drew some people in.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I talked to a few people and they said, well, we saw cars and we saw a teepee, so we thought we'd stop and see what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Get them in the door. Get them in the door. If only we could figure out how to reach them where they are.
Yeah, we'll run you to the south end and we'll take your money just as well as anybody else.
That's right. Come in, spend your money, and leave. But
Yeah, it was a really good trail this year.
Really?
And we got, a couple weeks we got on October 3rd, we got, well, heck, I guess that's next week. Hi, Gertie.
Hey,
Gertie's back.
I'm back. I had to go to the middle school.
You walked to the middle school and back faster than I could drive there and back.
She's skinny and small. What do you expect? Her little legs
Well,
move fast.
And I know everybody between here and there, so I'll have to
You
talk.
just keep stop. Yeah. Yeah.
October
So you were saying about the next thing?
3rd, we got an open mic gospel night out there at the museum.
I saw that. That's exciting. That
And
is
then
cool.
I saw, I think it was on Facebook, Melinda posted, we have a toy show, I think October 12th.
Okay. Okay. It was, I shared the thing about the call out for the haunted forest.
Yeah, I think they're doing that the 5th.
Okay.
The Forest of Fears, we're under new management with that this year. It's an all-new crew coming in from over at Akron. If you want to be part of it, all you gotta do is jump out from behind a tree and scare the tar out of everybody because they're gonna be half frightened out there anyway.
Yeah. Well, looking at the little flyer piece, whatever that I shared, it looked like they're actually getting into prosthetics and the makeup
I
of
think
that,
they
making
got
quite a show.
I think they have animatronics this year.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I may just have to come out and walk through on that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I think I'm working security. That's as close as I'm gonna
That's
get.
as close. Yeah. Yeah.
And then end of the year, we're, hoping to have Santa's Village set up. Mm-hmm. A couple weekends, come out, have your picture taken with the 14-foot Santa, and
Yeah.
and then we'll have the Santa up in the round barn in a sleigh, hopefully. My cousin's not sure if his Santa Claus outfit still fits, but
Santa too big to be Santa?
Santa bigger now than he was. Too many cookies.
Yeah, you think? Oh my gosh.
He retired from the workshop.
No.
Now he can eat cookies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so there's more coming. Stay tuned. We'll update you on more that's coming. And again, like, share, subscribe to the channel. If any thoughts, ideas, whatever, put them in the comments. Let's hear what you want to see.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
We're excited for it.
And thank you to all the sponsors. We can't say that enough.
Yeah, and for the YouTube page, YouTube channel, thank you for our, not sponsors, what's the word I'm looking for now? Followers. Sure, subscribers. There we go.
There we
my
go.
Alzheimer's is hitting early. Thank you for, we're up to like 40-some subscribers. So thank you, people. This is definitely a labor of love. And you guys are letting us know from seeing the views on the shorts and on the podcast that you're tuning in, and we really appreciate it.
Until next time.
Have fun, not too much. If you do something strange, name it after Kyle.
It's been fun. It's been real, but it ain't been real fun.